Hi guys, welcome to TISS another podcast. Today we have Neelam from Andhra Pradesh and he conducted Hyderabad campus for the course Public Policy and Governance. So Neelam, once again, congratulations to you for this.
Thank you, sir.
So you expected कि selection हो जाएगा मेरा for sure?
Seriously, I've expected an labor studies practices, sir. I didn't expect public policy and governance because in my view, given more importance to labor studies and practices, but in my interview, public policy and governance, somewhere it became problematic with the questions.
Okay. So you are not happy with the course or how it is?
No, sir, I'm happy with that with the course of PPG, sir. But my interview has not gone. I have thought like it has not gone well compared to labor studies and practices, sir.
Okay. Then you got selected, no?
Yes, sir. Eventually, I got selected, sir.
Okay. So brief me about your TISSNET preparation journey and about how TISS idea came into the picture.
Generally, I've been preparing for my Union Public Service Commission with respect to civil service examination from 2017 onwards, sir. So I have given my first attempt in 2021 where I have cleared my prelims, but I couldn't able to clear my mains. Then I have thought like to continue my higher studies. So I thought like in continuing my higher studies, it should be the graduation subject I should take. So in social science, TISS is the premier institute. So I have chosen TISS as an institute. Then I've started. Then there is no specific preparation for TISS. The preparation what I have learned from UPSC, it has helped me to crack this TISS entrance test. Sir.
Okay. So how much UPSC preparation helped you in your TISSNET?
It helped me in every aspect, sir. Like in general knowledge, I have come thorough knowledge about general knowledge. So in English also, I was very much confident. But in quant and reasoning skills, I have little bit problem.
Do you think during your TISSNET preparation or while you had appeared for the appearing for the exam, actual TSS, any kind of a mistakes you have done which one should not do?
Yes, sir. I've in general awareness, I became overconfident, and when I've seen the original paper, it was quite different from the UPSC pattern. In UPSC, the questions are more of analytical in nature, but in TISS, it was more of static in nature, which have exclusively not interested in that factual questions. So I have made pretty much mistakes in in the static knowledge, sir.
Okay.
Then I've made silly mistakes. So I know there is a question this time. There is a question on northern lights, which was present in Antarctic Circle. I know there were two auroras, Aurora Borealis and Aurora Australis, but I was very confident that it will be the right answer. So I have put that right. I have marked it. But when I came out, eventually it became wrong, sir. So those were the silly mistakes. Apart from that, I've more into this analytical questions, so it became a problematic for me, sir.
Okay. So now next is brief me about your extemper and the interview experience. How was it? What topic they had asked you?
Okay, sir. Do I need to explain about mock interview or the original interview?
What
sir?
topic they have asked?
Okay, sir. In my original interview, the first question they have asked is women in cricket, which I have exclusively mentioned in my bio sketch where I have created in my hobby, like I've been into cricket. So they have asked about women in cricket. So when they asked me about women in cricket, so I thought 1 minute, then have said because I have previously had the knowledge of women in cricket, like what they are facing, what problems they are facing, what solutions are going to be required. So eventually, I could able to crack this extempo round. But in my personal interview, questions were mostly from my subjective knowledge, from my academic background, which I couldn't, which I have prepared for my economics. My education background is I've completed my Bachelor of Arts from History, Economics, and Public Administration. I've much focused on history and economics, but eventually, most of the interviewers are asked me about public administration questions. Like they've asked me about the scientific management theory, or they've asked about the differences between public administration and public policy and governance, which I've which I've learned previously. So it has provided me a base. Apart from that, the mock interview which I've given in manual, especially when in mock interview, the Prachi ma'am has asked me a question, a role of chemistry in public policy and government. Then I've thought, then the same question has been asked in the original interview, but the subject they have differed. They've asked about the role of mathematics in public policy and governance. So mock interview has also helped me a lot in personal interviews.
Okay. So in the interview, major question were from DAF only.
Yes, sir. Majority of the questions from DEF and particularly from academic background, sir.
Do you remember any questions?
Yes, sir. The first interviewer, the panel number 1, has asked me a question on scientific management theory, which was an core concept in public administration.
Okay.
Then she asked me about Minoeuvre conference, which is also an public administration question. Then ma'am has transferred to P2, panel member 2. He asked me about the role of mathematics in public administration. Apart from that, he asked about any books did you have read. Then panel member 3 has asked me a lot of questions from economics, like devolution of taxes, financial commission of 15th financial commission. Apart from that, he asked me about the asymmetrical federalism. That's it for the public policy and governance.
Okay. So maneuver mock interview, how much it helped you in the actual TISSNET interview?
Yes, sir. In mock interview, I didn't expect such questions like role of chemistry in public policy and governance. Those were the new questions, but have learned the things what is required in public policy and governance, like why public policy and governance, what is public policy. But none of the questions has been asked in mock interview. So I realized that I should change my plan of strategy. So I should cope up with the real interview. So it has helped me a lot. Like it has practically made me realize that before going to the interview, I have learned things. So these questions are going to be expected. So without that interview, I might not be well prepared in the original interview, sir. Or I might not be able to cope up with the questions they have asked in the original interview. So.
Okay. In the mock interview also, the topic might not be the same, the question might not be the same, but the flow of the question and the types of the question can be similar to the one which has been asked in the mock. Apart from that, you get to know you learn the content, how to speak, how to explain the stuff, how to finish your entire 2-3 minute extemporary 5-finger strategy and all. So that is what the main learning, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I have the points which I have said is completely right, sir. I have learned the ways to speak or to with unnatural questions, sir, which come. So they gave me the practical experiences. Along with that, the lectures in the daily lectures will get general awareness lectures has been done. Online DAF filling has been done. So apart from that, the reviewing of DAF also has been provided me much greater insights. First, eventually, when I have mock DAF, when I have submitted a manual, they said the mistakes you have to rectify. So I have rectified the mistakes in the original DAFs. So it has helped me in that DAF also.
So last question, those who are preparing for an upcoming year, 24, 25, 26, what tips or session you want to give them?
Firstly, I'll say them that you should be regular with the current affairs. Like when you are regular with the current affairs, apart from the regular current affairs, you should have the static knowledge over the subjects like history, polity, geography. So even though you are lacking in any one of the subjects in TISSNET, it might get resolved with this stronger subject of general awareness. Coming to the extempore and personal interview, I will say only one thing, sir. Like they should, even though they don't know nothing, they should try to explain that at least something about the topic. And if they don't know nothing, they should not guess the things. If they don't know nothing, they should say, I don't know. Like they should not do the guessworks. If they will be eventually caught by the interviewers, then there will be the follow-up questions for them. So it will create a trouble for them. So when they don't know nothing, they should say they don't know. So that was the thing which I want to say.
Okay. So that's all, guys, in this podcast. I hope those who are targeting for the Hyderabad campus for the public policy and the governance, this podcast will help you. Lots of things explained by Neelam. And you once again, Neelam, to you, congratulations and all the very best for your career.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah. Bye bye. Take care.